I've seen a few videos recently where creators are trying to identify ICE agents, and there have been a few that have made claims that they have found connections between ICE and previous IDF service. I tried to do some research to see if I could confirm any of that. I'm not saying that it's not true, but what I am saying is I was unable to confirm some of the claims that were made in other videos. But what I have found is very concerning and pretty interesting. So let's talk about what is actually documented between ICE and Israeli security forces. No rumors, the verifiable facts. For 20 years, U.S. immigration enforcement has participated in law enforcement exchange programs with Israel. These include ICE, Border Patrol, police chiefs, sheriffs, and other federal tactical units. These programs send U.S. officers to Israel to train with the IDF and Israeli police. They're trained on surveillance, counterterrorism, intelligence gathering, and crowd control, among other things. Multiple investigations, including one called Deadly Exchange, report that thousands of U.S. officers are trained through these programs. There is also a long record of ex-IDF private security companies training ICE and CBP officers in the U.S., including border tactics and, quote, high-risk entry. And DHS opened a permanent liaison office in Israel after 9/11. Part of its job is coordinating these exchanges and adopting Israeli-style security methods. What does this mean in practice? U.S. immigration enforcement has increasingly adopted militarized occupation-style tactics like surveillance towers, checkpoint strategies, and crowd suppression. I could neither confirm nor debunk that IDF vets are secretly helping to run ICE, but it is clear that ICE is trained to behave like a paramilitary force, and Israeli security doctrines play a visible role in what we see. Accountability starts with facts, and the fact is this: ICE is adopting tactics from systems built for occupation, not community safety, and people deserve to know that. Go love your neighbor.
This is crazy as fuck. I need everybody to save this video just in case it gets taken down again. I just did a video about 30 minutes ago. I've been trying to get it appealed. The appeal did not get approved. Anyways, I presented some identities, okay, of certain ICE agents located specifically in Chicago. A group that I associate myself with went through some public records and found over 2,000 ICE agents, right? Well, throughout those 2,000 ICE agents, specifically 121 of them, right, had experience as an ex-IDF soldier. If you went up and down this entire list of individuals, you'd notice that their last names in particular, right, all lead back to one specific location with no other job experience. And maybe it won't let me post it because it's personal information. I have no idea. But there's literally a whole motherfucking list of these people, and they all look the same. Which tells me exactly why they're choosing to hide their faces, because just imagine, right, if some information like that were to get out. Which is why I'm making this video once again. I'm just saying, if you look into the background of these specific individuals, you might notice that they're not exactly a U.S. citizen. That in itself would prove everything, especially why they're acting the way that they are.
Wow. You know, not a big surprise though. We should all know by now that Amalek is the head tribe of the Edomites. They're all the same people. Okay? And these, these 1948ers is Amalek, which the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said he would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Okay? But you should know by now that these people are very diabolical, and the things that they're doing, right now over there, illegal war crimes, all that shit. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rekah Kwadash, double honors to the apostles. Excuse me, and the elders, the great millstone on whom I learn from daily. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 mighty men out there that would be judges upon this earth that's going to be judging every damn body. And thawada to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua for the Holy Spirit and the gift of discernment. So what this guy said and what that woman said in the beginning, it does put another spin or another perspective on why they all masked up. And why, I came up with this too just a moment ago watching this, and why they, they got so up in arms about the doxing. All right, those agents that got doxed. It's because they really don't want them to know exactly who they are. Okay? You got to think about the implications of this if they were out and out caught. They being exposed daily anyway, through the prophets, through Yahweh Shem Yahushua's mouth. But think about it, a foreign entity on U.S. soil doing war crimes against United States citizens. Think about it. You see how wicked, evil, and upside down that is? All right. Let's grab a couple scriptures. Well, hell, there's one right here. Job 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Not where and who is he? And please forgive my voice. It's up and down weather. It's getting to me. All right. So, hey, let's go ahead. Let's go to Micah. Let's go to the book of Micah. Yeah, there it is. Popped right up. Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe. What does woe mean? Woe means destruction. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So these people have the power. I just read Job 9 and verse 24. I wasn't going to make this too long. I just wanted to hop on here because the Spirit hit me to do something. To put out a video about this. Matter of fact, there was a post that Elder Malcolm had put up, I think a couple weeks ago, showing these 1948ers and how they are basically were being agent provocateurs. Again, please excuse my language. Damn. Agent provocateurs, right? I might as well show you that. Yeah, let me show you that. Stay tuned. Okay, yeah, I knew I had saved this. So look at this. What does this say? JEUUUs in Winnipeg arrested for faking I got to be careful. HATE crime attack. Faking it. See that? That's critical race history. Okay? Historical facts, shall I say. Let's go to another one. What does this say? Woman who performed NAZI salute at protest is unmasked as owner of 2 kosher cafes in Ish Hospital. Huh? You see what they're doing? They are committing mischief. They're agent provocateurs, man. Just like with the the so-called riots and all that shit. Who are the people that were starting all the so-called violence? Who are the people that were doing all that? AKA so-called white people. Edomites were starting all that shit, and then they were going straight back to their neighborhoods. Let's go. It's more receipts. All right. Ish suspect arrested over swastika graffiti on synagogues. You can't make this up. Here's another one. What does this say? Let's see if we can read that. Woman in hijab, right? That's, the thing that goes over a woman's head. All right. Who was detained by police for doing NAZI salute turns out to be Ish, a 1948er. Now, you got to think about this for a moment. Just fancy me this for one moment. You got the likes of Donald Trump. You got the likes of Pete Hegseth. I think that's his name, whatever the hell his name is. Some of his cabinet members and all these people standing up. What's his name? Elon. Doing that very same symbol, but they don't get in trouble for it. You see? Come to find out, these Ukrainians are they're Nazis too. False accusers, man. Let's go. Here's more. Responsible for the world's problems. It's the effing, you already know. That's another one. What you doing? You see that? But they the ones you're spoken about in the book of Revelation being accuser of the brethren. But they're going to be cast down soon come. Here's another one. Same elder. All right. From my liver till I die. Let's see. The JEUUUs are the problem. You see that? And it's no mystery now, man. Everybody knows that they control America. They control Babylon. Repent. No sex, but sex. True? Huh. Clean contrary, man. Hebrews 12 and verse 16. All right? Damn, my voice is off. Something racist. Easy to see it, right? All right, so let's go. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make it up. Let's see what else I wanted to get. Let's go to the book of Acts. Because I posted these scriptures on this brother's comment board. 13th chapter. KJV. All right, Acts 13. Ooh. Verse 10. And said, oh, full of subtlety, which is an Esau Edom. He's still doing that. And he tricked Eve, and man, that's a whole nother lesson. We've done it many times, and it will be done again. Lord's will. Okay? And what? In all mischief, thou child of the devil, thou enemies of all righteousness, wilt thou not cause to pervert the right ways of the Lord? You see that? That's exactly what they're doing, because they are clean contrary to the scriptures. See that? You don't never trust these damn devils. And again, thinking about that is exactly why they're masked up. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Go to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 6. Yeah, total impromptu here. Let's go. All right. What did I want? Slumber, eyelids. 13. 12. Yep, verse 12. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaks with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. Forwardness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. You see that? That's what he's doing. He's that's the devil the Bible speaks of. He's playing his part perfect. When I say he, I'm talking about every man, woman, and child that come from the lineage of evil, which in fact is Esau Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of. See that? Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. You saw those receipts I pulled up. You saw that. You saw what just regular ass people are starting to come up with. Like, wait a minute, man. Connecting dots, the truth that has been so long without fruit is being declared. All right. Hopefully this quick lesson was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.